Just had this truck professionally, supposedly, lifted at Pungo Off-Road in Virginia Beach. When it was done, of course it looked great from the outside, but they said there was a lot of corrosion in my wheel, and it was making some sort of grinding sound, and said that it was my four-wheel drive actuator. That's definitely what it was, and it was okay to drive home on it. They wouldn't drive to Florida, but it should be okay to drive home. Anyways, after a lot of hours of work, that's my actuator right there with the hose coming out of the top of it. I replaced that. Took all this off, got the part, $125 from the Ford dealer, replaced it. And the other one, looked a little worn, a little dirty. But when I took it out, I was like, man, I don't think this is the problem. And sure enough, it wasn't. Got it on, took it for a ride. Could still hear all the grinding, screwed up sounds. So started doing some checking. Found out all kinds of stuff about the newer Ford's four-wheel drive actuators and vacuum system. That's your little vacuum solenoid right down in there. That's where your vacuum comes from. It pulls from the engine right over there. But after a lot of tracing of the wires and checking, I found that my vacuum wire here, that now I have cut off, because when they were putting my coilovers back in, they screwed the bolt down and pinched my wire off and totally sealed it off. So it was getting actually no vacuum, which was causing the vehicle on the other side to stay locked in. And on this side, I still had a little bit of vacuum, but it was leaking and losing it, so it was just slightly engaging over here, which was making the grinding, kind of rattling sound, whining sound that it was making. So that right down in there is the bolt they had to tighten down that pinched the wire and caused all this problems. I'm gonna give them a good chewing out on Monday morning. Today's Sunday, actually. I've had the truck for about 4 days. I had to wait on the part at the Ford dealer. Then take all the time yesterday, probably about 3 hours, trying to get all that out of there. Probably wouldn't have been quite as bad if it wasn't lifted, but and then not to mention probably about another 2 hours this morning out here messing with it, trying to figure out why I wasn't getting any vacuum to the other side. So $125 or so for the part, 5 or 6 hours in labor, and possibly some damage to my gearing in there, all caused by Pungo Off-Road in Virginia Beach. A bunch of freaking idiots, I guess. Didn't want to take the time to figure out what they had done wrong and just blamed it on corrosion in my wheel, which was total bullcrap. So any of you people thinking about getting your truck lifted at Pungo Off-Road in Virginia Beach, you might want to think again. Maybe go on down to East Coast Off-Road or High Dust 4x4, somewhere like that right there in Virginia Beach. They were a little bit pricier, but I guess you get what you pay for. I got screwed. Thanks, guys.